Sarah is speaking out of competent communication number 7, and it's called Research Your Topic. And her objectives today are to collect information about the topic she has from numerous sources, carefully support her points and opinions with specific facts, examples, and illustrations gathered through her research. Her speech today is 5 to 7 minutes. That's researching your topic.
Sarah, as many of you know, is well on her way to welcoming her second child in the world. She's 15 weeks along and has embraced a newfound interest in the way the body changes during pregnancy. Sarah is one of my favorite speakers, and I enjoy her easy conversational approach and she has a wonderful sense of humor. The title of her speech today is Recommended Gain. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Milligan.
Poor Jessica Simpson. This woman is going through life's biggest miracle, and all anybody can focus on is her weight. Now, this is a few months old of the photo, and I'll admit she may have surpassed the recommended weight gain that doctors give. But give the woman a break. It's not anyone else's business but her own. And this has not just been covered by Entertainment Tonight or Us Weekly. This has actually been on tons of news sources. Time Magazine, ABC News. Everybody's talking about this poor lady's weight gain. Given my current condition and my desire to have a profluent baby bump at some point, this really sparked my interest and led me to start researching recommended weight gain and why doctors even bother giving a recommended weight gain, and what are the risks if you don't follow those recommendations. According to the Mayo Clinic, a normal-sized woman should gain between 25 and 35 pounds during their pregnancy. And that can vary a little more, a little less, depending on if you're underweight or overweight, but generally 25 to 35 pounds. Within that 25, if say you have gained 30, on average, the baby weighs about 7 pounds of that, placenta about 2 pounds, amniotic fluid about 2 pounds, an enlarged uterus, another 2 pounds. And unless you're wondering in case you're wondering if my uterus is protruding into my thighs, that's not the case. You get about another 16 pounds in fat, enlarged breasts, and retaining fluid. So why do we care about this? I mean, we did say it's not really anyone's business but your own, but there are some serious health risks associated with gaining too much weight during pregnancy. And when I started to do research, it was really eye-opening to me to figure out why. The first risk that I'm sure you guys have heard about is gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes is defined by Wikipedia as diabetes experienced by a mother who previously didn't have it, but has it during pregnancy, particularly in the 3rd trimester. Now, gestational diabetes can be caused by a number of things, age, genetics, but the most prominent cause of gestational diabetes is gaining too much weight during pregnancy. I was really surprised to learn that just by being overweight, you put yourself at 2 times risk of getting gestational diabetes, and that just goes up. If you are obese, it's about 4 times, and then if you're severely obese, you're about 8 times more likely to get gestational diabetes. Again, now what is this and why do I care? It turns out that women with gestational diabetes are far more likely to develop type 2 diabetes later in their life, which isn't fun. And they're more likely during their pregnancy to have incidents of preeclampsia, which is a really ugly pregnancy disorder that no one wants to experience. And they're also more likely to be subject to a C-section. The biggest thing, though, and the thing that stands out the most, is that when you have gestational diabetes, it puts your child at higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, and also puts them it gives them other risks like being born premature or having a low birth rate. So it's kind of a serious thing. Another really recent study on pregnancy weight gain related excessive weight gain during pregnancy to developmental delays in autism. Now this is a pretty new finding, and it's been kind of a shocker for people because it's pretty easy to relate it back to gestational diabetes, but developmental delays seem to be in a whole different ballpark. According to a study conducted by UC Davis, where they studied more than 1,000 children, women who were overweight during their pregnancy were 60% more likely to have a child with developmental delays or autism. This new finding, I think, is really important, and it's something that we should pay attention to. Now, I'm not encouraging any of you to start giving advice to pregnant women about how much weight they should gain. But at the end of the day, this is information I think we should all be empowered with, whether we're planning on having kids or our spouses are planning on having kids, just so that we can be armed with the right information to make smart choices about our diet and our exercise routines so that you can have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby, and just an overall healthy life. Thank you.